The Emigree by Carol Rumans. There once was a country. I left it as a child, but my memory of it is sunlight clear, for it seems I never saw it in that November, which, I am told, comes to the mildest city. The worst news I receive of it cannot break my original view, the bright, filled paperweight. It may be at war, it may be sick with tyrants, but I am branded by an impression of sunlight. The white streets of that city, the graceful slopes, glow even clearer as time rolls its tanks and its frontiers rise between us, close like waves. That child's vocabulary I carried here like a hollow doll opens and spills a grammar. Soon I shall have every coloured molecule of it. It may by now be a lie, banned by the state, but I can't get it off my tongue. It tastes of sunlight. I have no passport. There's no way back at all, but my city comes to me in its own white plane. It lies down in front of me, docile as paper. I comb its hair and love its shining eyes. My city takes me dancing through the city of wolves. They accuse me of absence. They circle me. They accuse me of being dark in their free city. My city hides behind me. They mutter death, and my shadow falls as evidence of sunlight. So an émigré then is someone who has left their country of birth to go and live in another country, often for political or social reasons and at times of war and conflict. And interestingly then, the city is unnamed in this poem. The poem only suggests that it's sunny, even though it's now war-torn. So perhaps this is an extended metaphor for any childhood remembered by an adult unable to return to happy memories. Alternatively, it could represent any place that exiles have fled from. An emigrant picture of a sunlit city, she has a yearning for a place that is now war-torn, and her memories are idealised. The lexical field of tyranny, at war, tyrants, rolls its tanks, banned by the state, frontiers rise, is juxtaposed with sun and warmth, sunlight, mildest, bright, glowing, shining. So the narrator is kind of struggling with reality versus her memory. In stanza 3, the city, quote, lies down in front of me, and, quote, I comb its hair and love its shining eyes. So this is personification. The narrator treats memories of the city like a pet or the doll that's mentioned, doting on them as if they give her comfort. And this, of course, has a stark contrast with the personification of the city, which is sick with tyrants, as if war and conflict is almost an illness. The language choices banned by the state may have been brought in metaphorically. Like a hollow doll, she could treat the language like a doll, suggesting it's a childish form of language. The change of tone in the final 4 lines with the unidentified pronoun they makes it unclear who accuse and mutter. These could be recollections and memories, glimpses of why she left that city, or it may be how she's treated where she now lives. Either way, she refuses to let this tarnish her view. My shadow falls as evidence of sunlight. Any darkness makes her believe in the brightness of the city even more than before. The images have become idealised over time, though. The graceful slopes glow even clearer as time rolls its tanks. The techniques of alliteration and long vowels and assonance work together to create a sense of yearning and longing. This is intensified, I think, by the blending of the senses, as when her language, her childhood language is described, it becomes physical and spills, and every coloured molecule might be seen. It's like a taste that she can't get off her tongue. And she tastes sunlight, which can only be seen. So blending the senses creates a dreamlike mood and tone. Time in the poem is a metaphorical army, and, quote, frontiers rise between the narrator and her memories. As she fights against time, the white streets become clear, suggesting that this is a constructed memory. White, of course, is symbolic of innocence and purity, which links with the childish and idealized images that she remembers. The narrator's been metaphorically branded by an impression of sunlight. Brands are permanent marks on farm animals to show ownership, suggesting that these owners, that these memories have left permanent impressions, but also perhaps control her. The poem opens like a fairy tale, there once was a country, suggesting an imagined view, and the ellipsis suggests a long time has passed. The narrator relies on others for facts. It seems, I am told. So she was young when she left, and she recalls just a few images when she is built up in her mind.